Greetings and salutations, huge and lovely degenerates, and welcome back to the Fuzzy Wallflower. If you've been watching my channel by now, you know that I collect records. I try to incorporate them wherever I can. I figured why not share my monthly vinyl hauls for you every now and then, just to show you what I picked up on my adventures. But first, let's pour us a glass of scotch. We're drinking Overlord 12 year, just some good old drinking scotch. Not only that, I got my spinning glasses on. Cheers, my friend. So last month, I had a pretty big haul, and a few of those are actually for the channel. If you imagine that, but most of them are for my personal collection because I want to buy them. So let's get right to it. Let's start with number one. We got Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks. Now there's a special reason we were getting this one, besides just Bob Dylan. I want to get into these booze and vinyl recipes. This book, actually I got two of the books, but they pair up albums or bands with cocktails. Some of them are directly related to the band, and some of them are just kind of vague. I picked up some of Bob Dylan's whiskey, and this is the record that they are referring to in here, so I need to do a little listening research on it before we get into the cocktail. Next, we got Black Sabbath, Never Say Die. I found a cocktail called Never Say Die. I think I might have to make my own cocktail album related content myself. It was just an excuse to buy this album on vinyl. Like I needed that excuse. Next, we have Les Baxter's Spacecapade. Now this is a reissue. Most of these are reissues, I've learned. I'm usually collecting at this point. Reissues cost about the same as the original, and they play better. I should do my own little rant on that at some point. But yeah, this is a reissue of the Spacecapades. Tiki fanatics will know this one. You know, if I ever have a tiki party, I've got some music for the background. And with that being said, best of Martin Denny, more tiki background music. This is a best of. It's hard to find even his stuff like Exotica and stuff. I do remember when I used to collect all kinds of this crazy stuff when nobody wanted it. So I probably threw out a lot of those old records that are worth something now, but hey, hindsight. The Faction. Well, this is they just re-recorded this. This is a bunch of their old songs. You were a skater in the 80s, you knew who Steve Caballero was, and you should know The Faction. Or at least Odd Man Out, those were two of his bands. This was the most popular one. He had a song called Skate and Destroy. They re-recorded it, I haven't listened to it yet. But yeah, it's kind of cool that they're all gotten back together and making music again. This was a fun one. This was like on sale. It's called Famous Monsters Speak. I'm assuming it's little stories and their tone of voice. Or maybe it's just like a monster podcast. Before they were called podcasts, it's just a bunch of monsters sitting around talking, and maybe that's an idea at some point. Somebody talk like Dracula and Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and all, do a podcast. Somebody's gonna steal that. Oh, and we got the Crows. I've got most of their albums on vinyl. I figured it was finally time to pick up Shake Your Moneymaker. Even though I remember picking this up on cassette when it came out, like Starship Music. Great just rock album, but their other albums are way better. And last, we got Tommy Iommi and Glenn Hughes. This is something that I remember a couple years ago. I saw it floating around on YouTube. I'd never heard it. Tommy Iommi, obviously Black Sabbath, and Glenn Hughes did a Black Sabbath album, Seventh Star, but they did some demo albums. I actually picked up the demo album on CD. I didn't realize that they actually have this on vinyl, so I may have to find it and order it. It's ironic because I've been listening to the MP3 of this, and that's what's nice about buying some of these reissues, is that they'll give you the download for free. So then you got the nice vinyl for the art, and you can listen to the MP3 in your car or while you're cutting grass. It's ironic. This album sounds a lot like Soundgarden record because Glenn Hughes has that high voice, but Soundgarden is you know, they are influenced by Black Sabbath, so it's like full circle. But it's a good album if you like that 90s grunge type stuff, you know, Melvins, Meat Puppets, and that kind of stuff. It fits right in there. I'm just surprised it never got more love than it did. That was this month's record haul, and some scotch. And there's this thing right here just shakes around hot. The novelty's worn off already. Well, maybe you'll see some of these floating around in some of the future videos. Who knows? In the meantime, you know what to do. Cheers.